To make a move like that, you have to have kahunas and conviction.
Long term, I'm bullish. We could see about a 20% correction next year.
This is Josh Jalinski, the financial quarterback. Don't touch that dial. I think even if you're very financially literate, you still need financial wellness because you can know a lot of stuff but not be well. I don't know if is that why you came up with it?
Yeah, well, you nailed it exactly. I mean, you can have all the information, but that doesn't mean you're actually going to do it. And that doesn't mean you're going to have the motivation and really the intentionality that you need to get to a healthy place financially. And it was really inspired by my book, Launching Financial Grownups, because what was happening is I was telling my kids, and that this is how the book came about. I was telling my teenagers what to do, but they weren't hearing me. And so through writing the book, I talked to a lot of financial therapists who specialized in sort of why people aren't taking action, even though they know they should, right? We all know what we should do. It's very easy to say you should spend less than what you make, right, Josh? You should save. You should invest. You should max out your 401k. All the shoulds. And yet so many of us don't, right? There's all those stats about people don't have $400 for an emergency, but they know they should, right, Josh? They know. They've read it. Maybe they have taken a course on personal finance, and yet they're not able to execute. And so financial wellness really gets to the root of why we're not actually implementing what we want to do when it comes to our money. It's not unlike dieting. It's very simple. Eat fewer calories, move more, and you'll probably be in better shape, right? I'm not a nutritionist or a dietitian or a doctor, so I can't say for sure, but it seems like that's what you should be doing, right? And yet we are an obese nation. So what's going on? Same idea with money.
So why don't people do what they should do, what they know that they should do? What are the top contributing reasons?
Yeah, because ultimately we haven't seen the actual execution. We don't really see down the path of what happens. So, why are you eating that pizza? Because in the moment it feels good, right? Why are you spending on something? You're splurging on something at the moment. It feels really good. And you're not necessarily thinking, wait, this is going to add up over years, doing it many times, each week, doing one little splurge. It's going to add up. And then I won't hit my retirement goals because we live in the moment. So we need to have conversations and thoughtful plans so that we can see the big picture and really be motivated to get on a path where we can have healthier financial habits, just like healthier eating habits.
Yeah, I need more of those.
It's not easy,
Although
though.
I know exactly what to do to lose a few more pounds, but...
And do you do it all the time? You look great. You're doing fine.
I really like...
But it's hard.
If I dropped cream from my coffee, I would be at my ideal self. But I really like cream in my coffee. I don't put any sugar in it. I like cream. But
you're aware. But here's the thing. You have made a conscious, proactive, intentional decision that you're okay having a little extra weight, maybe being a little bit less healthy than you could be if you cut out cream. But you're making that proactive choice. So that's your decision. And with financial wellness, we want people to be making decisions with a full sense of awareness that they understand what they're doing. They understand how things will play out. And the decision may be, yes, I do want to do this one extra thing that I need to do, whether it's, as my friend David Bach will say, the latte that does add up. And that's a metaphor for small things that add up. You can choose to do that, but we want people to understand the long-term impact of that. It may be a trade-off that makes sense for them, but at least understand that. And that's where it all comes together.
So are you for the latte or against the latte?
I'm for people making intentional decisions, Josh.
No, come on. I'm asking you, do you like lattes or not?
You know what I say to that? I say, if you are getting those coffees outside of work, whatever it may be, because you are en route somewhere and you don't have availability to have one at home, or it's part of a social gathering, then you should have it. But maybe order one size down. Maybe order a coffee, not a latte, and spend $3, not $7. There's all kinds of compromises. So I like the modification or the hybrid approach, Josh. What about you, though? What do you think?
Get the latte and just work harder. Or, I mean,
well, that's fine
because
too.
latte
Exactly.
to me
That's
is fuel.
the best answer is up the income if you want to up the spending. That's perfect.
Yeah, because a latte to me means fuel.
The point is to have this conversation. Financial literacy would just say, don't have the latte. You see the difference?
Yeah.
financial wellness is, well, let's figure out how are we going to get to your goal of having, let's say, the right amount of money down the road to achieve whatever your financial goals are. You're saying, I want the latte. So a conversation about financial wellness would include, okay, so your spending is going to go up. What can we do on the other side to balance it out, right? That's the healthy way to approach it.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I was broke, I would ditch the latte. And that would be my advice, because that $7 a day. Now, I mean, one time it was like $8.20 at some Starbucks now, to ditch that. But sometimes you need it. You're on a long, journey. Like you said, I did become a barista. I think I told you about that. I got so sick of the Starbucks baristas, which normally were good, but then COVID hit. And they seem to have gotten a deterioration effect on the quality of the baristas, making, really screwing up my drink orders. So I got so sick of them screwing it up during COVID. I got a big, Rancilio Silvia Pro or something, my own espresso machine. And I make it better now there. And I put less cream in it. So I'm getting a little bit less calories. I never liked the sugary syrups and everything that people were into. Never was really that into it. But I like good coffee and a little cream. Although so I'm looking. I'm trying to cut that cream every day. But then I just don't like the taste of normal coffee.